It's a 2011 Dodge Ram. I'm told with a 4.7 V8. It's the small V8. I don't know much about it. It's rear-wheel drive, no four-wheel drive. And I kind of like it, so we're working on it tonight. Except I got the little fella right here. Hey, say hi.
Hello.
Doing most of the work. That's how that works. We're doing front brakes, both sides, rotors, pads. Hopefully that's it. It needs front ball joints, but that's not tonight. We'll show you what's up. First you block it up. Then you get the wheels off. Russell's working on getting the wheels off. You can do her, bud. Put her on there. You got her. You're good. Give her a... Done. Perfect. Well done. There it is. You can see. Yep. Anyway, I like to loosen these first. And we're going to swing the caliper back out of the way. So there's two of your slide pin bolts. One there. One there. I've already loosened them. We're going to take those out, take that out, and then we're just going to take anything at all, in this case a little pry bar, and we're just going to give a little tweak on this till it moves a little. Yep, there it is. We're going to pull it right off of there and then hang it off of probably the control arm, just with a wire or what have you. So give her a little pull, it'll come off. Sometimes you need two hands. Pay attention because you're doing the other side, boy. There it is. And we're just going to put it right up there so there's no pressure on that line, it hanging. And then we're going to work to get this apart and off and ready to go, which would be this bolt right here and this bolt right there. They're coming off next. Okay, if you're keeping track, we got these bolts out right here, top and bottom. This comes off. These slide pins are supposed to, well, slide, and they do. But since we're in here, we're going to pull these pads out, put new ones in. Just the inside, just about gone. I mean, there's life left in it, but not for today. So we're going to pull these out, put some lubricant on them, get that cleaned back up, and then change the pads. Get Russell to do this part. Get a little bit on that brush, a little bit on that pin. You can do it. Boys, she's... Go, more than that. Yeah, like you mean it. Not too much. There you go. Too much, but not enough. Yep. I don't know how much is too much. That's probably a little too much. Because apparently if you get too much, it'll make suction, and you don't need a lot. These ones are moving pretty free, so I'm not worried about it. That one's good to go. Still moving. Excellent. Next, let's do this one. In they go. Move them around. Everything's sealed up. Does that make sense to you, boy? Good deal. Now we pull these pads out of there. You can just knock them out however they want to come. Your pads have these little clips. Most of the new ones come with it, so I just yank them right out. If they stay, you just grab them, pull them out. Don't throw them away till you know you got new ones. Okay, this is cleaned up and ready to go. I'll probably take a wire brush at those little grooves just to clean them up. Kind of clean stuff up, but it's been stripped down. Pins are greased. Set that aside. We're going to take this thing and we're going to squeeze these calipers back in. Now, if you happen to think about it, and you didn't already throw a brake pad out of the way, you can take one of your old brake pads, lay it right there, and use a C-clamp to squish that back in. You just put one side here, in you go. I'll show you. You want to keep the pressure off that brake line. Don't let it hang. No sense having a problem you don't already have. You got your old brake pad in place. You got your C-clamp. Some people will shove a screwdriver in before they take it off. Every time I do that, I just chip the brake pad. That's all I ever accomplish, so I do it this way. But anyway, I'm not paid by the hour. I'm just a guy in a shed trying to save some money. And it'll squish one side. If you got two clamps, use them both. But who's got two clamp money? If I had two clamp money, I wouldn't be making Russell change the brakes on this truck, would I? You missed the smirk off camera. And we just squish her all back to where it belongs. And then we switch it and we repeat till it's all in there. Anyway, you can figure that out. Now this mounts right there. We know this because that's, you know, how it was when we took it apart. In the brake rotor, you picture the circle in here. So these have to line up with the circle. You can't put them on this way. That doesn't make any sense. So they go this way, which means this one goes like this. The one on this side goes opposite. Now, some people don't use those anti-rattle clips. These pads didn't come with any. My old ones are in good shape. I'm going to use them. And some of you are screaming at your screen right now saying, don't do it. You don't need them. Just I'm not telling you have to. I'm not even telling you that I'm good advice to follow. I'm just saying, mount them in there. I'm going to use the clips. You do you. All right? Good enough. Okay. We understand each other. Perfect. That's ready to go. We squeeze those back in, those pistons in here. That's ready to go. Brake pads are ready. And the pins, they are sliding and greased. Now we got our high performance, heavy duty, drilled and slotted, made somewhere probably too cheap to be worth telling you. Brake rotors. The only reason I got these pretty ones is because they're cheaper. They're probably worse. Some guys say they're worse, but they're significantly cheaper. And this truck doesn't get a lot of mileage. So we're just gonna slide them on. There we go, just like yay. There it is. We're gonna put this on like this, right over top of it. We're gonna put our bolts in, one on top, one on bottom, put the caliper back on, put a wheel on, and we are done this side. Side one was not lesson time for you. It was lesson time for him. I don't pretend to have good advice. In fact, you shouldn't take the advice of some guy on the internet. But if you're wasting your time watching it, we'll show you. On this side, we'll show you the torque specs and some of the other stuff we do. But this is his side. He's got this covered, I believe. All right, I'm the assistant. He told me to put this plastic thing somewhere I won't step on it and break it. I'm a little offended. Are you saying I got big feet?
Absolutely.
Get the wheel off, boy. Give her a shake. Everything, okay, no, you're gonna have to give her a kick. Sit down, 2-foot that thing, right on top. Like you mean it. Like you mean it. Hit her. Brace yourself. Hit it harder. Hit it harder. You want some help? 1, 2, 3. Oh, hit the other side. She's giving. Hit her again. There we go. Yep, around front and stick it underneath, so if it falls on something, it falls on that, not you. Good. Okay, he's gonna crack these off. These I'm pretty sure are 1/2 inch. After that, these big ones were what? I don't know. 13, 16 maybe? You can figure it out. Put your bar right in here. Going this way.
Okay.
And just nice and easy, kind of pry it out of there. Don't let it fall, because you don't want it to fall on the ground. Now go to the bottom, put it in the same gap on the bottom. Right here.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, nice and easy. Just pry it out of
Do I
there.
have to put it the other way?
That doesn't matter. Either one will work. Whatever works for you. I've got a hold of it so we don't drop it. Keep her coming. Good. Now come up top and let's finish up there. You're just working it because the pads are squeezed, right?
Mm.
We didn't push on the piston. Okay, now let me see that. You get your hands on it so it doesn't fall in the dirt. Now let's try it from the bottom. Oh, make sure you're in there before you go heaving on it. Almost. Almost. Just a sec, I'll show you another trick. There you go, just roll that up around the top. There you go, now set it right up here. Don't put any weight on that line. Good. It'll stay right there. Now we're gonna do your mount bolts. One right here, and one we're upside down, excuse me. Down there. Russell's got this ready to go. Grease the pins like the other side. He's got these both in. Clips. Need a splitting wedge or a cutting wedge. Now what, Russell? We got to squeeze that caliper back, right? With the clamp. Do you remember how to do that? Slide your stool in there. Let's get her there. Drop it on there, nice and square. Yep, spin her in. Here we go. See it moving?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Do this, and we're gonna move the clamp and do the other one. See it moving?
Not really, because this is...
I'm in the way. You see it now? Yeah. I'm sure there are tools that are better for this job, but I got C-clamp money, not special brake tool money. How about you? Okay, so this side's got a fancy little retainer clip. The other side didn't. It's right there. You can spin them off, but that's a real chore. Well, this one's coming easy. Or you can just grab a pry bar and make it go away. But I'm gonna spin it off because I'll put it back on. It makes life just a little bit easier. It's just a little pressure, like a one-way washer thing. I'll show you when we get it off here, dude. See it? And it just goes on over that. It keeps your brake rotor from rattling around. There's one here. There's actually one right there. There's two on this side.
Lining it up is going to be the hardest part. Because that's tools in the way. Can you move this tool, please?
Yep. Keep her clean if you can. Good job. Stick that on there. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to put the bracket back on. Put her on there, and they'll just slide right around. Goes right around there. Yep. Set her down. Good. Hang on to it. I'll get you your bolts. There he is. Getting the bracket on. Okay, we'll do the rest with a torque wrench. And the internet says you torque them to 130 foot-pounds. So do the top one now, okay? Right up here. Got her? All right, I'll torque it in there. Yeah, you're getting her. Slide right on. You gotta move these pins so it'll go by. So move the pin on the bottom so that this thing will slide past it. Down here, see?
On the bottom.
You just push the pin in a little bit. There you go. Got it? Okay, and then we're gonna put some please don't get stuck juice on these. Put them right in there, and they torque to, I think the internet said, what, 32 foot-pounds?
Going up? No?
It'll be going, yeah, you'll be turning up. So you put it on here and give her a tighten now. This might spin, move your hand. It might spin right there. It probably won't. It didn't on the other side, but if it does, you can put a wrench on it to hold it. Okay. This is Russell. How old are you anyway?
11.
11. All right. His first brake job. Well, half a brake. Rotors and pads. We didn't do calipers. I don't want to have to do that right now, do you? No, me neither. All done. Check it out. I'm going to show you what we... There it is. The high performance drilled and slotted, and no, they're just cheaper. New pads. We torqued both of the slide pins, top and bottom. We greased them. We torqued both of these. These were 130 according to the internet. These are 32, but you shouldn't take some knucklehead's word for it that you have never met. There it is. We're putting the tire back on, and we're going to get supper. What do you say to that? My teenage daughter reminds me. Do you know what she reminds me, Russell?
Supper.
Supper. Yeah, she also says, hey, Dad, if you got a few hundred more subscribers on this channel, you might be able to buy a coffee like once every 6 years. So I'd like to buy a coffee by the time this guy graduates high school. So if this helped at all, or you just found it really annoying, I don't care. Just click the little red button and buy me a coffee before he's 18. What do you say? Finished the brakes. Russell got his first brake job in. Took it for a drive to kind of seat them. And, well, they're spongy, so we're going to bleed them. But his legs are too short, so we enlisted different help. This is Lily. She has longer legs. Thank you, Lily. Okay, so we're just doing a little bleed. There's definitely a pan underneath here to catch stuff. You just can't see it because we're going to recycle it. You ready? One more time. Sure. Got it? It's as flat as it's going to get. A couple bleed screws are a little stubborn. So put that on the list, but until then, just pretend we didn't see that. Test drive.